everybody, it's me, Trader Max, here on July 24th, and we're on one of my favorite beautiful coins. What a great community this is. Puris 2024, the Olympics, or the Cat Olympics. I love it, man. I love it when memes have multiple meta. And it's cats, it's Olympics, it's a little bit of everything. Competition, it's always good, right? All right, so I want to kind of overview the trade that we did the other day where we got in here. Now, I want to show you a very powerful idea of what referred to as the mean, right? The mean is the middle, the average of in between. And how do you find the mean on a channel? Oh, it's super simple, right? You find your high, you find your low, and you go right in the middle. That's basically it, right? If you draw a Fibonacci chart in this process, and as we draw the line down, because we were following this perspective, downward trend here, and we go out to our bottom, right? You draw from wherever it starts down to the bottom, right? That's what we do. It doesn't matter if the bottom would be all the way down here or all the way up here. The chart will come out and give you your means of projection, okay? Now, right in the middle, this 50% rate, right? This is the mean. And I drew this prior to. This wasn't drawn today, right? This was drawn the other day. And it shows, and I drew this line in one of the other videos the other day. And I want you to see when I said it'll pierce through, it'll come up, it'll find its mean area, and it will reject and then come back down again. Now, how far? It really depends on the work that's being done, the mentality of the people in the room, in the group, and all that kind of stuff, right? But this is exactly what happened. Now, I'm heavily vested in the group. I have like 2.9 million. My base of 2 million is where I will only ever take off what I put in for the day, and then also leave some on, right? So if I would have gotten to this point and been paying attention, well, it wasn't that I wasn't paying attention, is that I had decided to make this video for a particular reason. So I got in here, and my intent was it's going to get to a level. And once it gets to that level, I'm going to sell off half of the surplus of the 950,000, and do half of that would be 460,000 coins. I was then going to leave 460,000 coins on there, initially growing my bag size. Okay, but what happens if you don't make the trade in time? Maybe you get busy, or you make another video, or you turn around and then all of a sudden it's here. And that can happen quickly. We're on a 15-minute chart, 45 minutes not paying attention. You could be down around in here. You could still take off the amount of coins. You wouldn't get as much profit, but you could still do that. But this mentality of growing your bag is good, because when you trust the community and you have a bunch of diamond hand holders, which Puris does, has a very large community of people that are holding a lot of coin, and they're only going up, right? So I want you to think of something that, yes, there are losses, if you will, but there's only loss until you get out. If you don't trust the process anymore, if you yeet out and you're done, you're like, I'm out of here, I'm gone, then consider yourself as a loss, right? Not even as a fade, but as you're sort of contributing to the process of movement. Now, could I have gotten to a point where I put a stop loss in here, right? Because you're thinking like the old ways of, oh my God, you got in here, okay? If you got out right here, you made a little profit, not much. You got out up here, you were king of the hill, right? But if you got out down here and you're below your trade and you got a little bit of loss in there, there's no reason to get out. Once you break your level of input, or your break-even point where you're now at the same exact level, anything below is considered a loss. And why would you do that to yourself? If you believe in the coin, you believe in the process, stick it out, because it is still going to go up. Remember, we're in a channel. And that channel has a couple different levels. Even if you got in lower on the lower base channel down here, even if it were to come down there, now what happens if it would, right? See, it really doesn't matter. You're only about 10,000 market cap in difference, because this downward trend is eventually going to reverse and come back up again. And it doesn't matter if it's just up for a little bit, if it's going to be going downward trend again, but it's still going to come up. You could inset more coins, take off the excess, take off about 75% of your profit margin, leaving about 25% of your profit margin and the coins on board that you have on your surplus, right? So this is a very powerful trading style, because you wouldn't have lost. You keep these on here, it keeps your base, but you add in more here because you're anticipating the buy up, just like this. Then you got to make sure you pay attention. If you want to just add coins to add coins, that's one thing. Buying the dips is a good thing. All right, so what happened yesterday? I came up here. I let it stay on. I knew it was going to come back to the mean. These things always do. If it's in a decisive downward trend, right, and it reestablishes, it's usually going to come back to the mean. Now, where things happen really nicely is that it comes down and then tests and then pushes through because there's pressure, right? There's pressure of movement. Like maybe there's a lot of stuff happening. But if it's going to vibrate in between, now remember too that resistance areas and support levels, okay, are not just a single line. They're a band. So you go up a particular amount and you can usually spot how much on either side it is. So here's 48.2, here's 52, 48.2, so 58.2, right in that area. So this band is about that big, right? And what that means is like from this position, if it continues to go down here, don't worry, you probably could drop even back down to this other division, but that's okay because you can trade up and down on that division as well and finally get back up, but hold your coins. Be strong. Don't invest anything you can't lose. Don't put your bread on the table and then into meme coins, you know, because if you're doing that, you're going to trade fearfully. Trade with confidence, trade with power, and you will do well. I'm TraderMaxx. Make sure you like and subscribe. I hope to see you again. Puris is doing great. It's got a great community. They got a lot of things going on. They're on the top of the charts for the banana chart, which I really like. Get some more exposure and all that kind of good stuff. I'm going to be meeting with some of them later on this evening. I look forward to seeing you inside. This community absolutely rocks. You're kicking ass, taking names. Have fun. And as always, trade well.